jungle.
Good morning, I'm Sabela Kitra from ST Studio. Welcome to the World News, bringing you the hour on the news for Monday, 28 February 2022. A year after the coup, killed and devoured from Myanmar exiles, Myanmar activists and journalists now living abroad say they will continue to tell the world what is happening in their homeland. People from Myanmar who have been forced to leave say it's their duty to tell the world about what is happening in the country. It was more than 9 months after the military staged its coup in Myanmar that journalist Kitty chose to leave the country. In the wake of her general's power grab, Kitty spent her time racing around Yangon, the country's largest city, documenting the pro-democracy demonstration that took place daily. Authorities' initial response to the protests had been restrained, but within weeks, security forces began beating and arresting peaceful protesters, firing live rounds to the crowds, deploying snipers, and conducting point-blank executions. A few weeks after the coup, Kitty, whose name has been changed to protect her identity, was covering a demonstration in Sanchong when she narrowly escaped the clutches of the police. Kitty shared an apartment with several other journalists, but while some of them fled to border areas, joining one of the many People's Defense Forces, or PDF, formed to launch an armed resistance against the coup. Kitty stayed behind. As the situation in the former capital became increasingly unsafe, she returned to her hometown in rural Myanmar, but there were worries there too. Kitty's neighbors knew she was a journalist, and she worried one of them might inform her. After several nerve-wracking weeks, she decided to leave the country altogether, pledging a flight to Bangkok and the capital of neighboring Thailand. Mang Nguyen faced a similar experience. After the coup, he stayed behind for several months before fleeing to Thailand, worrying he could be arrested. Since the coup, life remaining in Myanmar has been completely upended. The economy has tanked in large part due to the coup, with the World Bank last week project growth of just 1% in the year until September, having dropped 18% in the previous 12 months. In response to widespread resistance to its power grab, the military has shown gross disregard for human life. According to Michelle Bachelet, the United Nations Human Rights Chief, including the torture of journalists, clearance operation, targeting fighters, and indiscriminate attacks through airstrikes and the use of heavy weaponry in populated areas. According to Michelle Bachelet, the United Nations Human Rights Chief, including the torture of journalists, clearance operation, targeting fighters, and indiscriminate attacks through airstrikes and the use of heavy weaponry in populated areas. More than 1,500 people have been killed since the coup, not including those who have died in the myriad armed conflicts across the country, while the UN estimates that more than 300,000 have been displaced over the past year. They include Nicky Diamond, a prominent human rights activist before the coup. He is now living with his family in Germany, researching his PhD in a lakeside town in the country's south, while continuing to work as an activist. In recent weeks, Kitty, the journalist, said her guilt about leaving the country has subsided, and she has come to the realization that her work as journalist can help raise awareness about what is happening back home. Like Diamond, she now hopes to use her time abroad to continue telling the truth about what is happening inside Myanmar. Thank you.
မတက်ရပြီးတော့ကျန်တဲ့ညီကိုထိုင်ပြီးမှာ